Hi and welcome to my guide for next guide for EU4. This time we're going to be playing Denmark. I've been experimenting around with a lot of different countries to play, and I don't know why I've never picked Denmark before, but it's one of the more interesting ones. It's got lots of diplomacy, European conquest if you want, colonisation of the Americas. All depends on how you want to play. So we'll start that up now. This is the earliest start date, and as we start off we can see there's a rebellion going on, so before anything else I'm going to build 4 more cogs just so we can get that whole army over there, because when we land we're going to be at a disadvantage because it's a coastal battle. So we'll need the entire stack, and we'll also need a leader, and it's not a terrible one. We'll also put our fleet to protecting trade in Lubeck, and I always name my fleets to make it easier to keep track of. And so this will be our grand fleet. And before we do anything else, I also want to ally with Saxe-Lauenburg, however it's pronounced. I'll just call them Saxe from now on. And so I'll offer them an alliance straight away. And while we're waiting for those boats to be built, I'll explain a few things. And Holstein's also a vassal of ours. So before we do anything else, we'll start improving relations with them, and we'll also fabricate a claim on Lubeck, and I'll get to why in a minute. So as we start off, Norway and Sweden are both under a personal union with us, the historical Kalmar Union. To keep this union going for now, all we have to do is make sure our prestige is 0 or higher, and that so here's an event where I can either lose prestige or face a revolt, and we can't really afford to lose prestige at the moment, so I'll set them to go get themselves. And so with Norway, to integrate them, the big thing is that we need to have at least as many provinces as they do, and at the moment they've got 4 more than us. So Holstein's got 2 provinces, so a royal marriage from Saxe. So that gets us to 12. We need 1 more, which will be Saxe, and the other will be Lubeck. And the reason we allied with Saxe is so that we can get Lubeck. Sooner or later the Hansa will attack to try and conquer that province, and when they do, they'll call us into the war and we'll take the province we want. The problem is the Holy Roman Empire is just here, so if we declare war on them, Austria gets dragged in, and Denmark is a pretty weak nation at the start. also got very little manpower, so we're actually going to lose quite a bit of it in this battle. But it can't be avoided. Also notice that Sweden we're not on particularly good terms with, because they're bigger than us. They don't like being under a union with us. So as soon as we get that claim on the Hansa, on Lübeck, we'll start improving relations with Sweden. And we've never actually lost this. This could be a first. Which is really annoying. At the time of recording this, we're also about a week away from Conquest of Paradise coming out, and no doubt that's going to completely change the entire strategy. Fortunately, we don't have much else to do at the moment, so we're in no rush for this. Nearly got our claim. And we'll send that diplomat to help our relations with Sweden. As soon as we get to the first tech level, we'll build armories everywhere we can just to get our manpower up a fair bit higher. Come on, finish them off. Sometimes you'll luck out and get a really good leader and lose hardly any troops in this battle. But they've got time to recuperate. So we have some missions here that can help us. Most of them we don't want, but a couple will help us get easy prestige. So we'll select recover negative stability, and we'll do that straight away anyway. Now we can drop our army maintenance really low. And so we've got 8 infantry, 2 cavalry. Just to round out this army, we're going to build another 2 of each. Which is more than I can afford. And that stack of 14,000 troops, once they're fully replenished, will be more than enough for us. The other thing is, as Denmark, diplomacy, especially if you want to colonise, diplomatic power is going to be your most precious resource. So as soon as we can, we're going to hire trade is good, because we're getting quite a bit of trading, well, a modest amount of trade income. And anything that can give us more money and Hansa less is good. So in this game we're gonna play a colonising nation. We will conquer some... I'm gonna try and diplo-annex as many of these little countries as possible. If you want to play as a colonial power, your first idea should be diplomatic, but because I'm going colonisation, I'm going to go for exploration first. So we've got our armies built, and now we basically sit back and wait for the Hansa to declare war. So I'm going to end the video here, and I'll pick back up as soon as they declare war on me. And I'll see you then.